What's going on, everybody? If you didn't know, now you know. It's your boy Kelvin here, back again, back on this Gran Turismo 7. Been a little while since I posted a video. Obviously, I have not been playing this game a terrible amount recently. Again, I kind of go back and forth between Gran Turismo and 2K, and then also throwing a little bit of F1 in the mix every now and then. So just haven't really consistently been playing this game so much, but got a pretty good race in this one. So this race, did this one last night, pretty late at night. So this was my first time doing this Spa Daily Race B. Sorry, not first time doing it, but this is the second time I was doing this race that night. As you see, I'm just kind of checking my assist settings. So recently, you know, because I said I haven't been playing a whole lot, so I've been playing with a few more assists that I used to put on. So I had on the driving line when I was doing the practice, and then, you know, took off the driving line, and then I just kind of left the brake indicator on because I got a pretty good idea of the lines. At least I think I have a decent idea of the lines, but you can see, I believe I started off in P7, if not P8, still in P7 right now, as we go around that first turn. And the first race that I did, I actually could not post that because the game glitched at the beginning. So the guy that was in first place just kept driving during that whole countdown sequence, and then the rest of us were not moving at all, so we were just all stopped. So the game glitched very weirdly. I never had anything like that before in the past. So that guy was like miles and miles ahead of everybody else, and then the rest of us were all clumped together, so it was just complete chaos essentially. But this race here, like I said, it's gonna be a pretty good one. I'm still a D-rated driver, but I'm getting better and better when I do actually play the game. So if I play this game consistently, I do think I could be a C-rated driver. But anyways, let's focus on the race at hand. So in this one, you can see, still in P7, going around making turns. I'm in the Ferrari 458, and for me, I like the Ferrari quite a bit in most of the different classes. I guess I'm just a Ferrari guy. We got that news that Lewis Hamilton, my boy, is going to Ferrari in 2025. So let's see if they can make some moves in that F1 season. So right now, still chasing this guy here. As you can see, the brake indicator is popping up. I'm not really sure how that brake indicator works, if that means I'm too late or I should be braking exactly when that brake indicator comes off. So again, I don't know how helpful that actually is, but it's on for now, just as a little bit of a reminder to make sure I actually do hit the brakes. So going around, 3-lap race, as you can tell, still in P7. So this one gets a little bit spicy towards the end. As you can see, that car comes off the course and I make some contact with him. Didn't really necessarily mean to make the contact with him, but it was kind of tough to avoid him. He didn't even really leave me much space, and I also kind of thought he was going to ghost. So that's going to be a theme later on. So we're going to call that a little bit of foreshadowing. Is I thought that car was going to ghost. He didn't ghost. So here I try to pull off to the side and try to let him back through because, you know, showing a little bit of sportsmanship. Unfortunately, this other car passes me. So I can't really remember, but I do think I qualified in P8. So I'm back down to P8, and it is what it is, you know. Just hope to live, hope to fight, and see if we can get a decent result here, as that car goes completely flying in. He gets it all wrong. So there we see some ghosting working out properly that time. So again, ghosting later on is going to play a major role in how this race finishes, how it shapes up for me. So end of lap 1, coming in down in P8, in the middle of the pack. Can't complain too much. I believe there are a couple C-rated drivers in this race. As we can see, a whole lot of cars clumped together in front of me, so I'm like, okay, they're going to be fighting each other. As long as I can keep it close to them, eventually I can pick off a target or two. So here we see we're going through, I believe it's called Eau Rouge. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't really know too much about the different spots, but maintain pretty good speed, and that is one of the crucial segments. If you can maintain a lot of speed coming out of there, then this is a nice long straight. You can try to hopefully catch up or overtake somebody. So that time, I think I did a decent job. I know if I can hold it around 200 kilometers per hour, then I am maintaining pretty good speed. As you see, quite a bit of collisions up ahead. These guys are pushing, they're fighting, shoving each other. There you see them shoving back and forth, and nice easy place that I pick up. As we see Bravo, me and him raced in the last race that I did, and I did accidentally bump him, so this time I was really trying to make sure, giving him quite a bit of room. As you can see, he was ghosting there, and I think I was ghosting a little bit as well. So quite a bit of ghosting going on in this early action, but later on, for some reason, Ghost just does not want to work, does not want to help me out, does not want to assist. So pretty good action still. We see I'm in P7, 2 cars in front of me both have some penalties. So again, I'm thinking if I just stay attached to this guy's bumper as this car behind me is ghosting now as well, I could do pretty well. But I decided to overtake him on the outside. Wasn't really planning on it, but it just kind of happened that way. And as you can see him ghosting on the inside, he gets ahead of me. All very tight, very close racing, and I just narrowly avoid making contact with that car. This is high speed, high octane. This is entertainment, baby. So catching up to these cars, still keeping it close, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, they both have penalties. That's all sweet and dandy. If we can keep it close to them, keep it attached, then hopefully we can overtake as they have to serve their penalty. So that guy serves the penalty. I'm trying to go around, but I'm like, oh crap, nope, can't quite make it. So he unghosted, and then me made contact, which is quite unfortunate, but he managed to stay on the circuit. So no harm, no foul on that one. I think I gave him a boost, if anything. So you see now I'm back down to P6, but that guy has a penalty. He goes flying through. This guy also goes flying through. Whole lot of contact, a little bit more ghosting. This is what you can expect in a D-rated lobby. People just send it at all times, you know. But I also try to send it whenever I can as well. So now I'm up in the P3. I'm like, all right, sweet. If I can just maintain this position, I should be good to go. So very close, P3. But the guys behind me, I can tell. I'm looking back. I'm like, oh, crap. For me, I get a little bit nervous when I get out in front, so I look back a lot. I need to stop doing this, but I can't help it. I always want to know what's going on behind me. Even when I drive in real life, I want to know what's going on behind me, because at one point in time, I had a motorcycle, no rear view mirror, so you only have the side mirror. So I would constantly checking that, trying to get a 360 view, and I think I've just kind of carried that into all of my driving. I just always want to have that 360 view, know what's going on behind me at all times. So anyways, I'm still in P3. Car behind me overtakes me. He's in the P3 now, and then that car overtakes him, bumps him quite a bit. So I see, okay, this guy who is currently in P3 has a pretty big penalty at 4.5 seconds, I believe it is. And this guy behind me, he also has a decent sized penalty. So I'm like, okay, these guys are clearly battling each other, and I don't want to get bumped off the track. So I'm kind of thinking I should just let this guy behind me pass. So I'm trying to take it a little bit easy, and I wouldn't be upset if he passes me at all, because again, I think he might just try to take that other car out or bump him up enough that I shouldn't have to worry about either of them. So that is all playing in my mind, is that I just want to avoid battling these two too much and just try to coast, and hopefully with the penalties I should be able to pass them. So more than halfway through this lap, about 3/4 through this lap, so again, he's coming up alongside me. I'm like, all right, cool, go ahead, go past me. So you see I'm kind of easing off. I'm like, all right, go for it. I make some contact with him, didn't really mean to. So again, he's kind of bumping me a little bit, so I'm like, all right, there, I let him go. He might have been trying to swerve into me, but that's okay. So now I know we're coming up on a penalty line, and this is where things get crucial. Car behind me is pretty close. Car in front of me, I know he's about to take that penalty. So he's off to the side. He stays on the racing line for some unknown reason. I'm like, all right, cool. He's ghosted. Bam! I run into him. How does that make sense? This car was ghosted. He's serving a penalty. Why did it unghost him right as I was going into him? And to make things worse, this game gave me a 3-second penalty. How did I get I got a penalty for colliding into a car which was ghosted. It was ghosted and then unghosted as I'm trying to go through it. That made no sense. So I should be up there in P3 right now, because I crashed into that guy, put me back to P4. So I'm going to cross the line in P4, but I have a 3-second penalty. So what does that mean? I'm down to P5. Oh, wait, no, I'm down to P6. I was so mad at this race. Like, Gran Turismo, what's going on? How does that make any sense? I was fuming. I should have been in P3 on the podium. But ghosting, for some reason, decided to screw me over. But that's okay. I decided to bounce back. I did one more race after this one late last night, and in that race I get a pretty decent result. So I'm going to upload that one next. I'm going to commentate that one as well and see how I did in that one, because in that one I had a pretty good overtake. So until next time, it's your boy Kelvin, and I'm out. Deuces.